Guys, welcome back. This is Eric here with Guitarsenal, and today got another video for you here. We're checking out a 1963 Magnatone Twilighter. This is a very, very rare amplifier. This one is model 213R, and it was made by Magnatone, but it was labeled as a Twilighter for the, gosh, those guys up in New York, hang on. Their names were the DeLuca brothers out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. That's a long way from New York, but the DeLuca brothers had a business, and they wanted these amplifiers labeled as the Twilighter, and these things were intended to be sold for accordion players. And it's a full-featured amp, the 12-inch speaker, and it's got the varistor-driven single-ended vibrato, so it's not stereo vibrato, but it's got a reverb tank, which is spacious, as you'll hear here in a moment. Right now we're jumping the channels. It has high and low gain inputs for both channels, a pair of volume controls for each channel, and a shared tone control, our vibrato, and our reverb. Okay, there's no standby switch on this amplifier. These are considerably rare. They made a variety of different Twilighters for those guys there in Milwaukee. And with the Twilighters, they did, I think they did a 210, a 212, a 112, and out of all of the Twilighter models, the single 12 version is probably the most rare, and they're definitely uncommon. You don't see them every day. Now, I had a few spacious things go in there in the intro. We were getting a bit of slapback and kind of spacey, airy sound out of the Strymon Volante, which we'll have a video coming up on soon. And we got some keyboard parts there recorded with the guitar out of the Electro Harmonix Key 9, which we'll also have a video out on. I'm going to let you hear the naked signal of the amp. Now, this is dry as a bone, okay? And the amp is completely cranked. We'll probably vary the volume a little bit, but this is the completely cranked sound. The 1973 Fender Telecaster with a set of Fralin Blue Special pickups, a Emerson wiring harness, and these are 46 through 10 Ernie Ball Paradigm strings, okay? Middle. All right, so a little farty on the top end. It sounds good cranked, but I was hearing some artifacts there. Let's introduce some reverb from the amplifier, which is quite spacey. We're not going to get a lot of it in there. I will let you hear the extent of the reverb. Let's vary the volume down just a bit here. Right now we have both of these volumes cranked, and we've got the inputs jumped. We've got it on the normal setting, and we got the tone and volume controls up all the way. They're maxed out. So let's take the volume back a little bit, or the tone back a little bit here. Let's decrease the volume to about 70%. Ooh, that knob's coming a little loose. We'll have to correct that. It's old, guys. All right, and let's stack some pedals on top of that and see what we wind up with here. So this is a little bit more sedate. I'm going to add a little bit of reverb from the amp itself. You know, it really acts like it doesn't want to open up until you really get that volume on the top end. So I'm going to get it to about 80%. This is not quite cranked. I'm going to get that tone back up to about 80%. I'm going to introduce a little bit of reverb, and we're going to play with some pedals. And I'm going to let you also hear the vibrato, okay, separately. The vibrato is really one of the big features of these amps that make them so cool. Okay, yeah, there's a bit of reverb there. Actually, a lot of reverb. I've only got the knob turned just a little bit. Let's give it a listen. Definitely airy, okay? That's a little drive there from a Love Pedal Champ. We'll have a video coming up on that one. I'm going to pause for a second and tune. I just put fresh strings on this guitar. It is out of tune. Let me fix that real quick. All right, let's listen to the neck pickup with the Alfonso Hermida Zen drive. And again, this is just the reverb from the amp, and then we're going to introduce a little bit of vibrato. That's really what you want to hear is the vibrato. Okay, let's give it a listen. I want to make a sort of a observation about this amp. We've got it on the normal setting. Let's go ahead and switch it to the bright. I'm going to crank the tone up all the way, and we're going to use the tone control on the guitar to hammer things out a bit. we're going to get our volume up just about all the way. I'm going to back it off just a scotch. And I'm going to leave the reverb where it's at. Let's hit some chords. Hear that vibrato. This might be bright. Now it does have a mellow, normal, and a bright setting. The mellow is super, super, super mellow, almost unusable. But you know, it's there if you need it. All right, here's the vibrato. Hopefully this won't be too bright. If it is, I'll tone it back a bit. All right, so getting that bright switch engaged, getting on the neck pickup, it's very airy and very warm sounding, but not too in there. We'll get to the bridge pickup. I'll dial back this tone a bit here, and let's get on the champ pedal, give it a little bit of grind and see how it sounds. Zen drive. Let's get rid of the trim. You know, I find that this particular amplifier sounds probably a little bit better just kind of dimed out a bit and really let the guitar sort of do the control in terms of the tone and it getting kind of spanky. This was just meant to give you an idea of what the Twilighter can sound like. It's a great amp. They're very, very rare, the 213R. It's a 213 with reverb. That's how it gets the R designation. But we've got a lot of Magnatone amps here on the channel, and we like to sort of just let people listen to what they can sound like. And this is one guitar, one player, one pedal board. This particular amp, you know, they all tend to kind of have their own little personalities. And if it's one thing I can say about Magnatone amplifiers is that they all retain a very unique personality in of themselves. So don't think just because you play through a single one and you don't like it that you won't find others that you will. They are very individual, and a lot of these amplifiers also implemented a lot of rolling design changes and circuitry changes in terms of the schematics, you know, moving through the history of them. So it's not uncommon to have 2 or 3 of the same model that might have a different circuit in it. altogether with some slight changes. And they all have different sounds. They're kind of quirky, they're cool, they're unique. Maybe in a future video we'll play some different guitars through it and maybe demo some other pedals through it and stuff like that. That's just this instance. But guys, thank you for watching. We post every Monday and Friday here on Guitarsenal. Make sure you tune into our videos. We really appreciate the support from you guys. And we'll keep making these videos as long as you guys watch them. So this has been a 1963 Magnatone Twilighter. Really cool stuff, all right? Make a little bit more racket for you guys. I'll tell you what, this time let's put that Volante back on and let's kill the reverb on. Oh, wait a minute. What am I doing? I didn't let you hear the Las Vegas hallway. I told you the reverb on this thing was crazy. All right, we got to listen to that. All right, Las Vegas hallway, where are you at? Thing's out of control. All right, let's give this Las Vegas hotel hallway reverb a listen.